Hello, all you positive heads out there. It's so good to be back with all you beautiful reflections of the one source consciousness that creates and animates all things. If you're new to this podcast, of course, we're super happy to have you here. And if you've been listening and enjoying for a while, I would be super grateful if you would please take a moment to give us a review on Apple Podcasts. It's one of the best and simplest ways to pay it forward and help others find the show so that they too can tap into the powerful perspectives and positive vibrations we are collectively emanating. The other unique and magical way to share this show is by sending any friends you think would benefit from listening to this podcast our Game with the Universe link at positivehead.com/game. Also listed in the show notes, which will serve them up a quote-unquote random episode when they click it. Just instruct them before clicking the link to close their eyes for a moment and sincerely ask the universe to cue up the episode that contains the insight and perspectives that they most need to hear at this point in their life journey, and then click to listen to whatever episode is synchronistically served up to them. I have heard time and time again from people about the incredible results they received playing the game. So just tell your friends magical results are guaranteed or their karma back. All right, all you positive heads, welcome, welcome. Here we go again. It is a fabulous Friday here in the studio as I record, and I hope you're doing just fine wherever, whenever you are. My day started out with a funny and interesting twist. I'll go ahead and just dive into sharing. So here in Venice, where I live, there's a famous gym, Gold's Gym, and a lot of like bodybuilders and stuff go there. Or have went there over the years. They have hanging on the walls, Mr. Universe and Olympia or whatever. I'm still waiting for them to ask for my picture. I don't know why they haven't asked for it yet, but I imagine it's forthcoming. But yeah, I've been going there, for a couple years, probably a few times a week, so on average. And lately, so who's the most famous bodybuilder ever? The Governator, Arnold Schwarzenegger. That's where he actually, I guess, has trained, going back to him being Mr. Universe and, like I said, probably the most famous bodybuilder of all time. Well, I've seen him there in the mornings recently. And today, here I am sitting on a incline press, like for chest workout. And he comes over and asks if he can work in with me. So today, something I didn't think I would ever do is I literally worked out with Arnold Schwarzenegger. Very, very funny and cool. And actually got talking to him for a minute and shared with him the Peter Finch story because he's also a well-known actor, and I figured he might know him and kind of shared that whole story. And but I started thinking about it like, we always look at things as a sign. Like, obviously, he's a very world-known, character, right? And so like, there's hardly no one who doesn't know who he is. And so I was like, we always look up like, what is it? What is the significance of a butterfly or a, spirit animal? It's like someone should do like, if you have a run-in with a well-known figure, what does that signify? And so I said, started thinking about that, and I was like, well, what does he represent? He represents strength and like dedication and that sort of energy. So perhaps Arnold's my spirit animal. Actually, I think I just saw on Netflix there's a new documentary all about his life as well. So yeah. Oh, here's a funny thing too. So every time we would, you take turns, I'm on the machine, then he's on the machine, then I'm on the machine. He would always lower the weight. So I was actually using more weight than him. Obviously he was just trying to do something really light, but I thought that was comical too. Like, okay, yeah, I worked out with Arnold and, he had to lower the weight coming behind me because I'm so, so strong. Yeah, funny. Who'd have guessed it? But Anywho, yeah, that's how my day started. And then, thinking about what all I want to talk about today, I came across a quote the other day written by George Bernard Shaw. And he said, "This is the true joy in life, the being used for a purpose recognized by yourself as a mighty one, the being a force of nature instead of a feverish, selfish little clod of ailments and grievances, complaining that the world will not devote itself to making you happy. I am of the opinion that my life belongs to the whole community, and as long as I live it, it is my privilege to do for it whatever I can. I want to be thoroughly used up when I die, for the harder I work, the more I live. I rejoice in life for its own sake. Life is no brief candle for me. It is a sort of splendid torch which I have got hold of for the moment, and I want to make it burn as brightly as possible before handing it on to future generations." I loved this, so wanted to share this idea. We hear about life being this brief candle kind of thing, and I love this perspective, and why I wanted to read it. This idea that it's as he said, a splendid torch which you have hold of for a moment, and you want to make it burn as brightly while it's in your hands, and you're gonna pass it on, but you're gonna go on, and the torch is gonna go on. So instead of like this, tragic sorrow of candle, we live for a moment. Like, how can I contribute more to the brighter burning of this torch while you're holding it? You're holding the torch now. If you're alive in this moment, in this brief, moment which will be followed by more moments and more experience, but the one where you're this avatar, that you are the the character that you came to play. How are you playing it to the fullest? Are you playing it to the max? Have you dedicated yourself to the community? And I say this so many times on the show. If you want to find, as Gandhi said, if you want to find yourself, lose yourself in the service of others. And that holds true. Why? Because there are no others. And George Bernard Shaw obviously got this. He says, my life belongs to the whole community, and as long as I live it, it's my privilege to do for it whatever I can. And so, taking this moment to really reflect on what are you doing and where are you at. And if you're not feeling overly fulfilled and you're not feeling like you've lived your greatest and grandest self, that's okay. That contrast is important. Like, it's very easy to beat yourself up if we start talking about this sort of thing, and then you start self-reflecting, and you're like at some dead-end job you don't like, and you're getting past your youthful, younger years, and you start looking at yourself through a judgmental lens, like, oh, I'm a failure, I didn't do it. No. Like, what we're talking about here is every moment is another chance to turn it around. You are in the splendid torch of eternity. And what are you going to do now? What are you going to do moving forward? And if you make the dedication, like St. Francis of Assisi talked about, and I heard Wayne Dyer first reference this years ago when he was still alive. Lord, make me an instrument of thy peace, St. Francis said. And so if you make that same dedication right now, where you are, with what you've got, at the dead-end job, with your youth behind you, whatever story, whatever predicament, hard times, what will come of that if you were to make that offering right now to Source, right as you hear this? Whatever time I have here left, holding this brilliant, beautiful torch in all its splendor of being alive and smelling the roses and seeing the sunset and watching the wind in the trees and the children play and experiencing all the things that there are to experience. If you decided right now, enough chasing, like he referenced here, I'm not going to like this selfish clod complaining that the world won't devote itself to making me happy, and how can I selfishly get something else for myself? Just what if we just put that all down and said, Lord, make it, using the word Lord. I don't usually reference the Source in that way, but for St. Francis, I'll do it. Lord, make me an instrument of thy peace. Whatever time I have left, use me as a conduit to serve, because I'm just smart enough at this point in my journey. I've just learned enough through, maybe I've been slow learner, but that's okay. I've learned just enough to know if I will dedicate myself to serving others, I will find the greatest happiness possible. I will find this thing that has been so elusive, maybe, by you receive by giving. It is in giving that we receive. St. Francis also said, right? By giving it away, by offering myself up to serve. That's how I'm going to find that deep fulfillment that perhaps has eluded me. Before we continue on with today's episode, I'd like to take a quick moment to tell you about our sponsor, HelloFresh. HelloFresh is America's #1 meal kit that makes it super easy to skip trips to the grocery store by delivering farm-fresh, pre-portioned ingredients and seasonal recipes right to your door. It's also less expensive than grocery shopping and 25% cheaper than takeout, and has 40 delicious chef-crafted recipes to select from every week. It's really perfect for people like myself who crave homemade meals, but just don't always have the time to put a meal together the old-fashioned way. When I tried HelloFresh myself for the first time recently, I was really impressed with the quality and flavor of everything I prepared. So if you'd like to see and taste why HelloFresh is America's #1 meal kit for yourself, go to hellofresh.com/50positivehead and use code 50positivehead for 50% off plus free shipping. Once again, that's hellofresh.com/50positivehead and use code 50positivehead for 50% off plus free shipping. Bon appetit. And if it hasn't eluded you, great. You want even more? Make that dedication. Make whatever time you have left. I know for me, it's like I've chased so many things. I've chased money. I've had the whole experience. I mean, the source has really taken me on a ride with, the things that I've chased. Something being barely out of reach. Like, I think I need a lot of money. Oh, okay. I'm going to get to the point of getting a company that grows. In my case, here's an offer to be bought out for many millions of dollars. And it's within hours of that offer, losing, your main revenue stream and therefore blowing that whole deal up. Like, it's when we chase anything like that, it's not where it's at. You may get those things, but by foundationally saying, how can I be of the greatest service to those around me, and to my family, to my friends, to my community, to those who are looking to me for support and maybe answers and some guidance. Maybe just it's the person, in the neighborhood crossing the street that needs a hand, who, needs you to help carry the grocery, whatever it is. It could be the biggest life work. It could be the smallest little things. It's about the energy that you are embodying and dedicating yourself to, and making yourself, offering yourself as a vessel. And I am convinced at this point in my somewhat lengthy journey that that is the path to my greatest fulfillment for however many days I have left. And I think it's the path for you as well. And so I'm in. If you're in, let's do this. That's all I got for you guys today. I hope you enjoyed it. Be strong like Arnold out there, all of you. Consistent, persistent. It pays off. And I do have a song to leave you with. This is Ataya and Saint Sinner. The song is called Chameleon. Hope you like it. I sure do. Till next time, journey well.
I'm a chameleon. I've been one of all of ya. Take me as your prisoner. Tell me what to do to ya. I'm a chameleon. I've been one of all of ya. I don't need to say too much. I know what to do to ya. What's a millionaire to a trillionaire? What's a G5 with no pilot? You out and I'm flying. It's my ship, you're invited. Get down low like pronto. Go way up in my tempo. Are you ready or not? Steady Steady swim, I'm a shark, that's true. Who's afraid of the dark? But you know I won't stop. Take you straight to the top. I'm a chameleon. I've been one of all of ya. Take me as your prisoner. Tell me what to do to ya. I'm a chameleon. I've been one of all of ya. I don't need to say too much. I know what to do to ya. I heard that you've been keeping score. What's the point? Nothing more than tally on my board. Touch the ceiling from the floor. Sure you wanna step on court. I'm about to score a million more. Are you ready or not? Steady swim, I'm a shark, that's true. Who's afraid of the dark? But you know I won't stop. Take you straight to the top. I'm a chameleon. I've been one of all of ya. Take me as your prisoner. Tell me what to do to ya. I'm a chameleon. I've been one of all of ya. I don't need to say too much. I know what to do to ya. I'm a chameleon. I've been one of all of ya. Take me as your prisoner. Tell me what to do to ya. I'm a chameleon. I've been one of all of ya. I don't need to say too much. I know what to do to ya. Take you straight to the top.